Okay, so, I recorded 2 videos of this, but apparently at some point I accidentally turned off my microphone in fucking, XSplit. So, god fucking damn it, that's an hour of video wasted. And a lot of stuff happened, too. Oh, well, fuck, whatever. Rent is due tomorrow. I need $10,000 or we will be evicted. I got just over half that. I am not buying shit. We got work to do. We gotta get this by the end of tomorrow. Good evening. Hey. Okay, so we got almost everything, but they're still missing a couple things for Saturday. And so I designate you, Gillian Applegate, as official guy who goes to buy the rest of the stuff. Applegate? I have no idea what that is. Why me? I could send Jill, but it wouldn't dare send a lady by herself. And I could go with her, but I believe the bar should have at least 2 people in the vicinity at all times. You're not going to say anything, Jill? If it means not being delivery girl, I'm happy with fake helplessness. Fine, give me the list. Now I'll be back sometime. Something tells me you're planning something, boss. What gives you that impression? Call it a gut feeling. Did you know Gil has a crush? What? A client of his, a girl that owns a bazaar. She's been coming on to him for ages and he's only just starting to open up. But he's taking steps backwards. I'm not going to let him. He's opening up for fuck's sake. And so the errands will take him to the bazaar. I take it. That's right. Huh. Alright then. To the office I go. As for me... Bum 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 bum. Time to mix drinks and change lives. Down, down, down. Gil with a crush, huh? This place. Great! Oh, if it isn't... Hey, Jill, sorry, but is there anywhere I can hide? There's an unpleasant guy on my trail. Boss, stalked woman incoming. The door's open. Go ahead, the door to the left. Thanks. Brad Sheba. Hello there. Oh, hi there. The other one. That's the bathroom. Wait. What's the dog doing in the bathroom? Now, where did she... Oh, the hellhole. Perfect. Hey, kid, I'll have the usual. Right? Huh, you remember me after 2 weeks. Did I leave enough food for 4 at home? Oh, this is what it means by, This is what it means by forgetful. Oh, shit. Okay, and that is mixed. Here you go. Sure, good enough. The paper's been a mess lately. You'd think that with all that's happening, you'd stay at home. You stay and do more reports. But they're all asking for vacations. I can't afford to be understaffed. So I had to come up with some sort of reward for whoever produces the most reports. I see no difference in my fee, though. Mr. Donovan, I don't mean to sound rude, but you do know the infamy of the augmented eye with the general public, right? A shitty page that will over-sensationalize anything and report useless things. Of course I know. Then why not try to rectify that image? To put that simply, I'm being clutched by the balls in a non-pleasant way. So I bet you Corp and company have an eye on every publication they haven't bought yet. Report on them once and they'll find something to fine you with. Twice and you'll find your resources severely cut. Anything beyond that, in the best case scenarios, they'll buy the damn operation to keep it quiet. I know there are more newsworthy things than whatever it is the lackeys picked out that week. But if I overstep my asses on the line... Huh. Glad to see this hellhole still in one piece. The BTC has been going apeshit closing bars lately. Well, yeah, that. Yesterday, they closed one that served as a key part of a drug trafficking ring. And last week, they closed the small bars that served as illegal chicken restaurants. What? Not to mention, there are like 100 people who have BTC certifications but never use them. Instead, they keep those credentials around to stop police from raiding their homes or warehouses. I don't know about you, but it's obvious to me there's some restrictions will begin at the BTC after this whole thing. Man, shit ran deeper than I thought. And no news outlet talks about that. Alright, kid, let's try a moonblast now. Come in. Hey, even I have to break the routine from time to time. This is what it means by distraction. Nice. Rock blend. Here you are. Now let's see what the ruckus is about. So, what brought you here? Alright, didn't you say Lilum coming in here? Blue hair, big tits. She's the one from the Encore concert coming up. Not really. Did she jump to the roof then? Why were you looking for her? Did you want an interview? Not really, just hitting on her. God damn you, Donovan! Hey, I said hitting on her, not hitting her. Stop glaring. Why, though? Are you that bored? Don't you have, like, a family or something? Have you seen that girl? Hot ass tits. Also, hot ass and tits. I'm suffering the weirdest combo of being hard as fuck and curious as shit. So I want to know just how detailed that King Class CH1A models are, personally. And you followed her. I've yet to meet a woman that can resist the charms of Donovan D. Dawson. You're in front of one, and I'm guessing you have quite the selective memory. Like I said, you don't have a family or something? A wife, but that woman cheats on me as much as I cheat on her. In fact, I'm pretty convinced she gets off on the thought of me cheating on her. Well, as long as you're happy, as long as both of you are happy, that's okay. So that Lilum isn't here, huh? I have to find a bussy enough replacement tonight or I'll explode. Hey, after you're done glaring, please serve me a pile driver. Right. Wow. It's good to know that fucking Jill is such a scatterbrain. She has to buy stuff. Just mixed. Here? Alright, well, seeing as she's not here, I'll have no reason to stay. Maybe I'll find someone that's a bit like her. The guy left. Oh, alright. Thanks for sheltering me, Dana. I hope your sister likes the video. No, thank you. Seems you had a hearty talk. Your boss is such a fun person. Her sister's a fan of mine, so I recorded a small video of her and I took a couple photos. How nice of you. It's nothing really, and she did hide me. It's the least I could do. Wow, you really do have massive tits now that I think of it. But well, we're here already. Mind giving me something sweet? Sure. Give her a sugar rush. Apparently she's doing work later, so I don't know about getting her drunk. Pizza with double cheese. Wait, no, this is a bar. Jill, I'm worried about you. Thanks. So, do you know why Donovan was following you? I don't, but I wasn't in the mood to deal with him. His questions were a bit over the line last time, too. Not the worst I've dealt with, I just didn't want to humor him. I see. Seems like he was just trying to come on to you this time. You don't say. Well, not like he'd have a chance anyways. I'm not into older guys, and I'm already committed to a relationship. Wait, you are? It's not common knowledge, and the ones that hear it try to dismiss as rumors, but I've been in a relationship with my producer for a while now. Really? We're both single, and that kind of stuff is bound to happen when you spend much time together. But it all started when he read an entry I made in my blog about wanting to experience love and the like. He offered to help with that after I read it, and I thought, sure, why not? I already knew him well enough. It wouldn't hurt to try. How nice. Yeah! He's a stick in the mud where planning is due, but he's a sweetheart otherwise. I see. You know, I've met 2 fans of yours lately. Really? Both of them seemed so excited when they were talking about you. It was amazing. I don't like the term fan too much. It strikes me as a bit pretentious in my opinion. I have many fans. Doesn't sit so well as I like many people who like my music better. Fan evokes an uglier and more pretentious image for me. Do you like what I do, Jill? Do you like my music? To be honest, I haven't had much exposure to your work, but the few things I've heard are good. And not going to lie, having talked to you, I feel like I would support you even if I didn't like it. So nice to hear. Hey, this will sound familiar, but do you have anything like tea? Let me see. Tea. Oh, I don't think so. Huh. Alright. God, I need to think about this. Pause the video. Yeah, I ain't got fucking numb. This is close as she's getting. Rock blend. Yeah, I ain't got no fucking tea. Like, was that something I was supposed to buy? Here. Yeah, this works. Hey, you're a King Class CH-1A, right? That I am. May I ask you something about your model? Sure. Are there any differences between you and DFC-72? We both serve the same purpose, but DFC-72s have the port on their heads, which makes them more versatile. My line lacks that or the resilience of the DT-01Ds, but we're a tad more polished elsewhere. More specifically, our voice emulators are more advanced and our movements are smoother. A trade-off of functionality and power for appearance, you could say. Oh, I see. So anything new for this concert? Well, this is an encore, so we're trying to make it the same for those that couldn't go to the first one. But we always try to spice it up, like maybe with a surprise song or something. There was this one time I sang a cover of a song by B-Link. Of course, in return, they sang Your Love is a Drug. Aw. So you know the B-Link girls? Really nice kids. You'd be surprised how different from their onstage personas they are. Really? Suze, for example, can be really childish at times. She also laughs a lot, and loudly at that. Meanwhile, Anna is a party girl through and through. If they're not on tour, she spends her time partying like crazy. Hard to believe. I mean, their stage image is stoic girls with little expression. Almost like living Victorian dolls or something. Well, they wanted to pop out in the public. They once told me if we want people to notice us, we have to break the cutesy idol concept. And so they took the opposite route by becoming cool beauties with melancholic songs. I wouldn't say they went the opposite way. The opposite of cutesy idols would be unkept, tone-deaf girls spewing vitriol and hate. True, I guess. Well, I've got to go, but let's have a sparkle star first. Okie dokie. Here. Sparkling! Well, it's always a pleasure, Jill. Please come again. Will do. Oh, the handsome bartender. Nice to see you. Boss, Gil's back. I'll take my break. Alright. So that's what distracted is. It just fucks with you. Is it day 70? I don't know. I don't know. I don't think it's sad. I'm scared. Note self-buy oil for that door. Dun, 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 boom. Gil, you're on my spot, please. Oh, sorry. So, you're cleaning one boss's chicken buckets. Did boss ask you to do that? If I told you she did, would you believe me? Without a doubt. Let's go with that, then. Right. Greetings! Oh, Stella, what can I get you? I'll go with a Bleeding Jane today. It's okay, I remember. Blend. Here you go. Thank you. What brought you here today? Waiting for Sai? I came by myself, actually. I was in the area and stopped to say hi. Oh. It's pretty interesting, though. When I first saw you, I doubted you ever come in here again. Well, this place is comfortable, I must admit. So quiet and secluded. It's also clean. Really clean. Gil is the one you killed, that too. The guy takes pride in how clean he keeps things around here. If you ever need cleaning staff, he's a good pick. Really? He's a bit out of it today, though. Hey, Jill, have you heard of the new gold rush in the city? Gold rush? Everyone is paying small fortunes to get their hands on pieces of white knight suits. I think I heard or read something about that, but I'm having doubts, so probably not. In any case, how is it a gold rush? Well, the tech behind the suits was always safety guarded, but after the events at the bank... After the events at the bank, the suits were remotely shut down, bricking many of them in the process. Many units dropped their armor right then and there and fled when the lynching went on. Any white knight still stuck in their suit had to take the armor off manually to run away. It all happened in the middle of the lynching, so they'd be sitting ducks if they didn't. Some weren't that lucky, they got beaten up while they weren't able to move. So between the suits becoming glorified paperweights and many white knights going on the run, there ended up being a lot of junk laying around. But the whole scientific community is rejoicing. They're on a race to reverse engineer the suits and take as much technology as possible from them. And of course, even single pieces of that armor fetch a high price these days. Could anyone see any profit from that research to justify these expenses? It's new tech, a whole new field of right with patents just open for many, so I'd say yes. Huh. I mean, the BTC is legally a conglomerate built upon patents and trademarks. I can see how. There is one weird case, though. There's this guy named Jack. He's the captain of a very unique Blitzkrieg Corps unit. Unique? The guy had a really small unit, 5 people, including himself. The aesthetics of his unit's armor were heavily modded to the point they looked like a squad of henchmen here. Oh, I love this guy! Hen what? They looked really gaudy. But it turned out that the guy actually broke through the software and disabled the remote switch. He was one of the few, if not the only, suits of armor with the OS intact. To say they're among the most wanted people would be an underestimate. You know a lot about this. It's interesting the amount of things you hear when dealing with drunk people of all kinds in the same place. Knows how to put on a front that makes people lower their guard. That should sound familiar to you. True. Wait. Here's a freebie, a fun fact. The failsafe was originally going to involve the armor blowing up and leaving no traces. But regulation laws didn't allow that kind of technology near civilians. I guess even Zaibatsu Corp has its limits, huh? People love to demonize Zaibatsu Corp because, let's face it, they're far from innocent. But they're not evil overlords, they're just greedy. They're just a big corporation. They just so happen to have control over what amounts to a city-state. But corporations will naturally resort to draconian methods. I've heard horror stories from people outside the city about trying to use product placement. If you so much as hold a bottle the wrong way or get it in the way of a logo, you'll be in for lots of trouble. And let's not start with theme parks or the like. Those are dystopias of their own. And again, most of the demonization is due to Quincy being such a clown. He has no power anyways. He's just in the front for that what... Yeah, he's just a front that whatever council behind Zaibatsu Corp choose. He makes a fool of himself, and the attention is taken away from whatever it is that Zaibatsu Corp is actually doing. Yeah. So what you're saying is that Glitz City is basically a huge theme park. I've called the White Knights glorified mall security in the past, so yes. Huh. No, seriously, and what? Can I get a Brantini, please? Sure, sure. Here. Thanks. So I take it you're in a good mood today? Does it show? A bit. Yeah, well, I managed to nab a couple of tickets to the Kira Mickey Encore concert. Nice. Alright. As it turns out, she was just here. Again? Oh, sorry. Again? Can't believe I just missed her. I was surprised too. I was more surprised she remembered my name, though. And like the last time, she was quite the graceful client. Man, so those rumors about her being really nice in person were actually true? Amazing. I mean, you always want the famous people to be nice and real. Yeah, you do. It's true. You do want the Gil, what the fuck are you changing my channels? It's Magical Girl. No! It's Magical Girl Tuesday. I mean, you always wanted the famous people to be nice in real life. But having such backing to that claim, to hear that she's so nice to everyone, it's nice to hear, you know? In fact, many think that's what made her so famous so quickly. How she's down to earth and totally accessible, making her someone everyone wants to root for. Ah, I see. Yeah, I mean, I guess you don't want to feel like you're supporting a crappy people. Oh, to be honest, I never put much thought into that one. Hell, half the time I have no idea who made what I use, nor do I care much. Being a nice person will take you far, though. My daddy always insists that being ruthless in the boardroom doesn't mean being an ass. And he has actually managed to get certain contracts over other more powerful people. All thanks to being a nice guy overall. Sounds like good advice. But more importantly, Daddy? Do you really believe me saying she was just here that easily? Do you really believe me saying she was just here that... You're not the kind of person to lie about stuff like that, so sure. Thanks, I guess. That said, can you go to the concert so easily? What about security and like? My dad always has a unit keeping an eye on me from a distance. And you'd be surprised at how easily I can disguise myself with just a different hairdo and a cap. I see. I wonder if I could get in the disabled line with Sai and her wounds. Although she'll probably nag me about how she doesn't need it and we shouldn't abuse that. Hey, can you get me a classic drink? Sure. Oh shit, I dozed off. Oh, Jill, you are fucked today. Here. Thank you. Do you have many servants around the house, Stella? I do, but they've been with us for so long, they're pretty much family. My dad has always said that if you earn someone's trust, they'll gleefully work for you, and everyone wins. We even had a young gardener that left to study engineering, and he actually came back. He still comes by every weekend to tend to the plants. Man, that sounds nice. Let me know if you're ever in need of a job. I might find you something. Thanks for the offer. Wait. I just realized something's off with the whole tech gold rush story. What would that be? Wouldn't all that tech be patented anyways? I get trying to crack it in the first place, but that would be true if the tech was patented in the first place. It isn't? Zaibatsu have been so paranoid about making the White Knights untouchable that they never patented anything. A patent would be in a database that someone could hack and retrieve valuable info from. Not to mention they've been using tech from other companies without any authorization. And no patent registry in their right mind would approve of that global shutdown signal. Let alone how it immobilized everyone still inside one of those suits. So the ones that were upholding the law did so using suits that are by all means illegal. The irony runs deep, wouldn't you say? Why do it though? When you have so much money, you start thinking you could screw around with the rules. All that power makes you think you're above every law there is. And this city is what happens when those with money start making the rules. I'm curious though, have you ever covered up any fuck-ups by using money? I think we've all done things we're not too proud of at some point in our lives. Well, Jill, I gotta go. Always a pleasure. Please come again. Oh, Alma. No, hello? You're pretty insistent on that one, aren't you? It's basic courtesy, something I will fight to uphold. First the greeting stop, then saying please and thanks stop, and before you know it, boom, total anarchy. You're exaggerating. I'm not. In fact, I'll go through that door again. I expect you to properly greet me this time. Fine. Hello, Jill. Once upon a midnight dreary, why upon it a weak and weary? Over many a quaint, curious volumes of forgotten lore. While I nodded, nearly napping, suddenly there came a tapping. As if someone gently rapping on my chamber door. "'Tis some visitor," I muttered, tapping at my chamber door. Only this and nothing more. You overdid it. You totally overdid it. Quoth the bartender, I did not. Oh my god! I had a phase. Can I get you something? Let's start with Big Cobalt Velvet. Gotcha. Gotcha. We good. We 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Rock mix. Here. Thanks. Oh yeah, there's something I've been wondering about for a while. Huh? Does the name Shadow Master 69 Chronicle ring a bell? Whoa, you went pale. No, that name doesn't ring any bells. May 22nd, today my daily card reading told me that I meet great change thanks to an old man. My biology teacher told me I had been picked for an inner-city school contest with my latest essay. I just knew a scientific theory on the idea of auras was as revolutionary as I thought. So I'll bring the world into the occult science singularity. Later. These don't seem to have gone that well, though. Mention of being laughed at, being lectured on why essay was wrong. Jill? I made sure to delete that blog. No evidence should be left. I can't think of at least 6 different sources off the top of my head that have all that stuff archived. What? Why? Why? Jeez, relax. It's not that bad. What do you mean it's not that bad? Don't you realize how embarrassing that is? We've all been young, Jill. Relax. It's not like you're still like that nowadays. That would have been embarrassing. You're not still like that, right? Gods, no, I gave up on the whole occult stuff. It's just that remembering all that stuff is... I don't know, I like the way you looked. All dressed up in black with the rare accessory popping out thanks to the colors. I mean, at least you had the decency to use makeup and take care of yourself. So you have a pick. Oh god, you have a fucking pick. Why do you do this to me? Why do you dig out the sins of my past? I was bored. Last Friday, I had to take my mind off the whole Diana thing, so I ran a small background check on you. Simple stuff, just checking past internet activity. Please don't run background checks like that. I just used a search engine, you know. I don't request documents or anything. What led you to that page? You do realize your main mail account everywhere is still the one you used back then, right? Like I said, relax. You're obsessed with occultism. I just wanted to kiss all the boys. Now, I kind of almost accomplished that in middle school, which still sort of haunts me to this day. Never underestimate the lengths old classmates will go to track you down. Especially if you think you're still the girl that kissed them for fun and they're lonely to boot. We all have things we're not proud of as adults. Now that I know criminals feel Now I know how criminals feel when evidence is used against them. Hello. I have to ask though, why 69? It was supposed to be 6'9", not 69, like in the reference to both the Lovers and the Hermit. I was convinced it meant wise choices. Still, there's nobody that would read that as 6'9". I was 12. Even at 12, I fucking knew what a 69 was. Just how innocent were you back then? You have no idea. Well, let's sweeten things up a bit. I'll have a sugar rush. Sure. I'm a bartender at a tender bar. Oh god, I almost forgot the drink. Oh no. Read after mixing drinks, okay? Oh, that was a bad one. We're getting Alma drunk in this bitch. Here. This is the thing. Say, Alma, speaking of the past, what was your last long-term relationship like? That's sudden. You dug through my past. I've earned the right to dig through yours. Fine. Long-lasting relations, huh? Romantic ones, I'm guessing. Yep. Well, I've heard about 4 boyfriends who I describe as such that I've introduced to my family and all. The first one was in high school. I broke up with him because he cheated on me. I remember the other girl trying to pick a fight and me just saying, keep the fucker. The second one was during my freshman year. I broke up with him after he thought it'd be funny to punch me in the arm. He starts with a friendly hit and before you know it. Anyways, the other guy I met shortly after I dropped out. He was interested in marriage, but he wanted to get married after only half a year or so of knowing him. And then there's Richard. Who? Spent almost 4 years with him. We got along pretty well. We had awesome chemistry. I truly loved him. But as time went by, there was a rift that started separating us. He just didn't like my family. He didn't? Moreover, he wasn't a family person. He distanced himself from his own and voiced that he didn't want kids. There was a part of me that wanted to believe, even just for a little bit, that maybe he'd change his mind. But as much as I loved him, that one detail brought a growing gap between us. And at one point, I just had to break up with him. I'm not here to depress you. Bring me a beer, would you? Sure. Oh no. Stop thinking about that. Jill. Fucking Jill, you weirdo. Thanks for telling me that, by the way. Don't mention it. Okay, one more question and we're even. Wow, you really are embarrassed of that blog, huh? Sure, ask away. At what age did you get those implants in your boobs? Jill, I love you, and I know you're saying that in jest. But I've lived through so many rumors about me getting plastic surgery that I can't and won't take it as a joke. As such, and honoring our friendship, I'll just say this. They're real, and they're spectacular. Now, ask the real question before I slap you. I'll grant you one and only one chance to call me by my full name as compensation then. I gladly take your offer. It's funny that you mentioned slapping because my real question was, why did you get your hands chopped? Chopped. Well, there's a couple of reasons. The first is that I spend lots of time typing and those replacements help me avoid carpal tunnel syndrome. Oh. There are other utilities like how I can interface with many devices. For example, there's a tiny computer embedded in my glasses. If I move my index finger, it acts like a computer's cursor. There's lots more, but there's small things that don't sound that impressive when they're said out loud. How did your family take the operation? They took it well enough, except for my mom. She freaked out for months. She even went to the hospital to ask for my hands. Ah, goddammit! Some fucking number I don't know, like 318, like a 318 number. What the hell? She even. Don't you miss them? Sometimes, but just during emotional moments, but as luck would have it, someone else has them. Shortly before my operation, there was an accident on the highway. One of the victims was this young lady whose right hand got completely crushed. I told them to check if we were compatible and all that. I mean, implants are not everyone's first choice if they can get a natural replacement. We have a cosmetic treatment, and it would pass off as her original hand, no problem. Last I heard, they were compatible, and the family agreed to the donation. I don't know what became of her, but I hope she's fine. You didn't tell your mom about that? I didn't want her pestering the poor girl. Are we cool now? Are we even now? Are we? You're pretty pissed about my comment regarding your tits. Again, I'm sorry. That sounded like a lot less rude in my head. Yeah, don't worry about that. Besides, I get to call you Julianne once. Now you don't. Eh? Why? You just called me by my full name. Are you serious? One chance and only one chance, and you used it up. Damn it. Ha! Surprise. Hey, Alma, this might be weird tangent, but do you believe in ghosts? Hey. Not particularly, no. Although there was this paper I read that once was quite interesting. It proposed a scenario where nanomachine clusters would leave the body after death, and then acted as a collective hive mind through residual brainwaves. The result was basically an image, not unlike a hologram. Of course, the hypothesis fell through because such nanomachine density is impossible in a body. Even 5% of the amount needed is enough to make the blood too dense for the heart. And it's not like the brainwaves are potent enough to create those reactions. Still an interesting read, though. I see. Don't give me that look. It's not my fault that you convinced yourself that you're crazy. Well, actually, I'll leave then. See you tomorrow. See ya. All done? I am. What about you, Gil? For some reason, the idol girl left him like that, it seems. You think? It might have been while he was out. True. Hey, boss, you're a fan of wrestling, aren't you? I mean, you were a wrestler, so... That I am? Yeah, why? I was wondering, isn't wrestling fake? Aren't twin tails for little girls and teens with 8th grade syndrome? 8th grade what? When you get down to it, wrestling is as real as any soap opera. I mean, you don't really expect a legal lawsuit to be fixed in a ring, right? Sure, in my ideal world, you would solve legal problems through good old wrestling, but... No. No, seriously, 8th grade what? But you don't go around calling soap operas fake. It's just show. It just has to use fights as an expression. Might as well see it as a unique form of theater. Besides, considering the injuries many wrestlers suffer, it's not all fake. Huh, I didn't think about it that way. Sadly, I won't stand for anyone bad-mouthing wrestling. So now I have to go and break Gil's back to make you humble. Oh, wait, what? Come here, fuckboy! Fuckboy! 8th grade what? Oh, I like these people. Total earnings, drink total, mistake 0, commission 30%, today tips, flawless service. Oh, one more day. I just need one more day. Oh. Oh, we need it by today? I thought I could do it at the end of the day. We couldn't do it, guys. I'm sorry. Jill's getting evicted, but it's good to see that's not the end of the game. Like, holy shit. Look, we'll discuss rent renewal with the landlord. I mean, we almost got enough. We can have the money by tomorrow. Okay? We can have the money by tomorrow. Save the fucking game.